Hello, beauties, and welcome to another episode of Magic, Mystery, and Medicine with your host, Megan Edge. I have a question for you. How curious are you? You've heard the saying, curiosity killed the cat, but then you've also heard that cats have 9 lives, so I figure a cat has the opportunity to be pretty curious at least 9 times. I have a personal belief around curiosity. I think that the more curious we are, the more successful we can be. And I say that because a constantly curious mind is always searching for new information, for better understanding, for a wider sense of the world at large. And the more that we can be curious about all of that, the more open we can be to different kinds of opinions, different sorts of experiences, different histories. We can open and stretch our minds to be more accepting of everything, of possibilities, of opportunities, of other people, if we just get curious. One of the exercises that my students of my Healer's course, The Confident Healer, get to do in their first month, their first module, is what I call the curiosity exercise. And I want to share it with you today because it's just fun and I think you would really enjoy it. And if you're not already a curious person, maybe this will help you become more curious about what's out there in the world. So the exercise goes like this. Think of something you've always wanted to know more about. It's as simple as that. Is there something you want to understand? Is there a process or a system that you want to know more about? It can be something super simple like a product, wondering how something is made. And one of the ways that I've worked with this exercise in the workshop, in the class, is to have the students pair up, have them look around the room that we're in. It's usually in my house. Find an object that they're curious about, and then do an intuitive piece of the exercise, which is to start brainstorming with each other how this object came to be. What processes had to happen in order for that painting to be on my wall in a frame, or where that blanket came from, or how that carpet came to be. And they get to really stretch their imagination and their curiosity. And at this point in the exercise, they're not supposed to be looking anything up. This is all coming from what they already know about processes. So for example, if it's the Persian carpet that's in my living room, well, somebody had to make that carpet. It's handmade, and they would have made it probably in the 1700s or 1800s. It's Persian, so that's probably where it came from. So you see how this goes. And then they start to get curious about who made it. How many people were involved in the making of that carpet? And how about the pattern? Who came up with the pattern and the dyes? And how were the fibers created? When you really start to look into the things that are all around us, it's a lot of fun to wonder where they came from. Now, you might be wondering, what does this have to do with becoming a healer? Why is this part of the program? Because part of becoming an intuitive healer, an intuitive counselor, an energy healer, is that we have to use our imagination. And our imagination is one of our most powerful intuitive tools. So the more that you can stretch the brain muscles, and I mean that figuratively, I mean we're talking about the neurons and neuron pathways and all of that in the mind, the easier it is for you to accept information when it comes to you in the form of visions or words or thoughts or ideas, all of which are different ways that intuitive wisdom and intuitive information comes to us. So by doing something as simple as getting curious about the mundane things that are around us, like, okay, so I'm going to show you this little guy, for example. Now, you might wonder where this came from. I can tell you that. I made it. Then you might wonder when. Like last week in pottery class? No, I made this in grade 7 or 5, I think. I've always loved owls and I wanted to make an owl. So originally she had a little baby with her too. So it was a mama and a baby. But beyond that, we would then ask, where did the clay come from? And who thought of this idea to create something out of clay in the first place. I mean, we could take it all the way back that far. And it gives us this opportunity to play and to really rewire our brain so that those intuitive muscles become stronger. The stronger our intuitive muscles are, the more successful we will be at being a healer, at trusting that we are receiving information that is helpful to our clients and learning how we can express that information to them in a way that is going to land for them so that they can best benefit from it. So, get curious. Get curious as a way to strengthen your intuition. Get curious as a way to be more successful in life. Get curious about why maybe you're getting in your own way sometimes. Getting in your own way of being successful, getting in your own way of being happy, of feeling joy, of feeling love. What if you just got curious about all of that instead of judging yourself for it? That's another exercise that we do, is working with judgment. But I'm going to save that for the next episode of Mystery, Magic, and Medicine. Enjoy this amazing day. If you found this helpful, please feel free to share amongst your friends and your family, and maybe they'll get curious with you. Have a beautiful day.